Hi, I'm Simon Brett. I'm the Commercial Director at the Port of Tyne with the brief to look after the renewables sector. The developments in the UK's offshore wind industry in particular over the last few years have opened up opportunities in the northern North Sea, and the Port of Tyne is delighted to be supporting developments around Dogger Bank, Sophia and other wind farms in the North Sea sector. To meet the government's ambitious targets to install 40 gigawatts of offshore wind capacity, there are a number of pinch points that have got to be overcome in the next few years, including the sequencing of developments and provision of sufficient numbers of port locations, not just only for manufacturing and also assembly, but also for offshore operations and maintenance. This, combined with the potential for the tier one supply chain to have a significant amount of demand, not just from UK but European facilities, is going to be a challenge that everybody has to face if we're going to start installing by 2024, 2025. The pinch points that need to be overcome to give a efficient supply chain to the offshore sector are the provision of sufficient port capacity in the UK. Currently, we believe that there will be the demand for port locations right from the north of Scotland down to the Humber, with the Humber, Tees, Tyne, Forth, Dundee and Nigg going in a northerly direction, all being required to some extent. We think that the government is going to have to support the development of all of these locations over the next 4 years to ensure that everybody has the ability to develop their facilities in the way that they want. The Port of Tyne can overcome this and can assist with this because it has a number of sites that are available. It has sites for manufacturing and also for assembly and installation. And as has already been proven, we are a site that can support operations and maintenance with the development of the Dogger Bank O&M base at our Tyne Dock Energy Park. The Port of Tyne launched its Tyne 2050 projects in 2019. Included within this is our clean energy mission, which supports the UK's maritime 2050 projects, and these are more relevant now than ever before. We aim to be a testbed for green innovation by 2025, to be carbon neutral by 2030, and to be all electric by 2040. Our 2020 achievements include the conversion of diesel plant to electric and switching over to LED lighting on new developments. All of this is in support of the UK's energy transition to net zero by 2050, and the Port of Tyne is proud to be a part of that. Port of Tyne's been a member of RenewableUK for a couple of years now. We perceive there are three main benefits as being members. First is the availability and access of up-to-date information through RenewableUK's Project Intelligence database. Secondly, the ability to network with partner companies in the industry, both at online and hopefully at some point in the future, real-time events. And finally, to learn about innovative solutions that will give a greater efficiencies to all companies working in the offshore renewables sector. We find it vital and huge benefit to be members of RenewableUK, and we look forward to continue to working with them in the future.